Listen everyone, the anime had the Blazing Gundam tell us something paramount for the current day and age. No matter in real life or in cyberspace, always wear a mask to prevent infection from foreign impurities and malware. Plus, some of them do make you look cooler, so why the hell not? What is going on guys, MGX105 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade Blazing Gundam from Gundam Breaker Battlogue. Designed to be the brother unit to the God Gundam like the Rising is to the Shining, it is faster, lighter, and one hell of a kicker. The box contains 9 runners and a moderately sized sticker sheet. Reusing 4 runners from the high-grade Future Century God Gundam or Burning Gundam if you're from America, the structure is basically identical to that kit. However, the new parts don't really enrich the build that much. That said, the build itself is simple and melt marks aren't too big of an issue, hence it can be suggested to anyone at any stage of model building, if you aren't already turned off by the fact that it's based on a kit that's more than 10 years old. Moreover, the removal of the core lander made room for the universal double peg connection, so you can easily equip the Blazing Gundam with any compatible backpack for customization, on top of taking advantage of the universal joints. All put together and you'll have a pretty good looking Blazing Gundam. From the proportions to the body detail, there's not much to fault the kit for, other than the rather irksome hollow segments under the skirts. Some people may not like the paler color choices compared to the bold ones of the God Gundam, but it is a reference to the Rising Gundam's colors, and I do appreciate the uniqueness of using oxide red as the secondary color. On a related note, color separation is exemplary with the essential stickers making up the eyes and head cameras. Black stickers are available for the front and rear of the shins, as well as the ankle guards and feet, but you can easily fill those in with a black Gundam marker. The standout element of the Blazing, despite the very tame look without the mask, is the defined surface layers. Compared to the God Gundam's smooth aesthetics, the layers on the shoulders, skirts, knees, and even the feet help spice up the design, and it honestly doesn't look 11 years old, which makes panel lining more a matter of personal taste rather than a necessity. And I am so glad the wings don't have random shapes cut out for Christmas cookies. So overall, the Blazing Gundam is perfectly displayable as is. At 13.2 centimeters tall, it is a tad taller than the average Gundam, but given the Blazing's actual height being 16.9 meters tall, it's actually in 1:132 scale. Strangely though, it fits right in with the other high-grade kits just like its older brother. Articulation wise, the head has an insane range of movement on the double ball joint and can look just about anywhere you want it to. The arms can swivel out rather far, roll in their sockets, and rotate all the way. There's a bicep swivel, a disappointing 90-degree single elbow bend, ball jointed wrists, and movable wings on the Blazing boost protectors. There's some decent rolling crunches in the abdomen, and a full rotation in the waist, but the power regulator in the chest has been removed. All the skirts can move out to a reasonable degree, while the beam sword holsters can swivel. The legs can rock back and forth together, as well as do the funky dance. There are decently far casing in every direction, especially the 90 degrees going forward. There's a thigh swivel, a double jointed knee that bends 135 degrees, and opening rear thruster panels. Finally, the claw on the stationary ankle guard can move, while the feet can rock decently forwards and backwards, somewhat deep side to side, and an acceptable degree of rotation. Altogether, since the Blazing Gundam shares the same joints as the God Gundam, their ranges of movement are practically identical. While the head articulation is massively improved, the arms are undeniably the biggest letdown. The wrists are also not as strong as I'd like, but otherwise is a serviceable build. For accessories, you get a pair of fists, holding hands, and God fingers, which isn't a lot of options, but I guess you can use the God fingers for the Blazing shot technique. Next is the Blazing mask, and you need to tediously reconstruct the head to put it on, so I recommend that you take your pick during the build lest you break something during the changing process. A green sticker is used for the forehead camera, and it adds ferocity to the facial look, which I do prefer over the standard just a tad bit, as much as I like both. Just store the unused headpieces appropriately to prevent yourself from losing them. As for weapons, the beam swords on the hips can be taken out for use with the Emerald SB5 beams. While they do look good, I don't feel like they suit the Blazing that much. The beams also bite into the hilts for dear life, so do be careful during removal. Alternatively, the set of beam tonfas provide a different melee option and can be securely held in the hands either as is, or while using the beams protruding from the ends. Not a lot of mechs use traditional tonfas, so I do appreciate their addition into the Gunpla arsenal. The beams don't hold on as tightly in the tonfas, which makes for safer removal. However, While they can be stored on the backpack, they can be easily knocked off, and I absolutely hate how loose they are. Finally, a single emerald green effect part is included to unleash the Bakanet's Bakusai Blazing Kick by replacing the original foot and swapping on the ankle guard with the claw opened. It does look nice, but it is locked into one position, so there is less options for posing than I'd prefer. It looks good as it is, but even better under UV light, along with the beams for the other weapons. Leftovers include the original face and rear of the head, clavicle Vulcan covers, shoulders, leg connector, knee armor, gauntlet claws, joints for the karate chop hands, the original ankle guards and feet, and a full set of wings. There aren't enough parts to revert the Blazing back to the God Gundam, nor are the claws and wrist joints useful in any capacity, but you can still make some elements of both designs into an original build if you so choose, and use the wings as backups if you've broken those on your existing high-grade God Gundam. Visually, the Blazing Gundam looks like it is pulled out straight from the line art. Stickers and nut marks are barely existent, and it will not look 11 years old to the untrained eye, but the hollow undersides of the skirts will leave a dent on the looks should you choose to lift them for kicking poses. Yes, the armband and looser wrists are letdowns, but the overall kit is flexible and enjoyable to pose, so long as it is with the tonfas off of storage, as they will plague the kit so long as they're stored. Some basic joints in the Blazing Kick effect part would add a fair amount of display options too, but unfortunately it isn't the case here. The build is, let's just say, basically identical to the high-grade God Gundam, so there isn't much new to experience while building it. But the new pieces and simple yet universal construction deliver all the mechanics of the Blazing solidly, except for the tonfa storage. At 2,000 yen, it's a bit pricier than a normal high grade, and while it brings a modern look, plenty of features, and few useless leftovers, it appeals most to a niche part of the community due to the melee nature and G Gundam roots, which is the perfect formula to appeal to me, but the handling drawbacks bog the kit down, and the build feeling nigh on identical to the high-grade Future Century God Gundam lead this kit to feel like a more expensive copy with newly introduced problems. In the end, it averages a 7 out of 10, which is just barely above par, but it is not an inherently bad kit if it does appeal to you, and if you can put your mind to it, you can pull off some radical poses with the kit or take advantage of the leftovers and its full compatibility with modern high-grade kits for your original custom build. But that's all for me, so thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more Gunpla reviews, Gunpla news, and the like. Turn on notifications for future content alerts if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.